What if Hinata was born an Uchiha and Sasuke was born a Hyuga?
Chapter 19 The Death of Danzo. Part 1. From there, Obito tells Kisame to find the Eight Tails and kill him and take the body. Later, Kisame tries to fight Killer Bee to reclaim the Eight Tails. Then, later on, after the fight, Killer Bee have defeated Kisame, assuming he seemingly killed Kisame. He then took his sword Samahata. Killer Bee thought Kisame was dead, but he actually used his chakra to transfers his body into Samahata. He discarded his old body to later captured both Nine and Eight Tails. Then the fourth Raikage shows up and told B that they are heading to the Land of Iron for a summit. Elsewhere, Obito under the name Madara visits Kabuto and both negotiate to plan to revive every past shinobi whom they perished. He brought up most bodies, but it's not enough. Kabuto planned to revive the fallen using a forbidden jutsu called Impure World Reincarnation Jutsu. Obito would agree to cooperate with Kabuto on one condition: he must go to the Land of Iron to call out all great shinobi nations and plan to work and plan starting to declare a fourth shinobi war. He then left. Later, Tsunade and her squads are on their way to the Land of Iron to meet up. Suddenly they are encountered and surrounded by Danzo's Anbu Root squad, and Danzo appears. Tsunade snaps to see him for so many years. She wishes she wants Danzo dead. She then negotiating Danzo of why he letting Itachi to follow under his command to kill his beloved Uchiha clan. Danzo had stated to prevent from not causing another shinobi war. Danzo explains the reason why he ordered his squad and Itachi to kill off all the Uchiha clan so no other Uchiha to have any cause of war. Plus, he planned to transfer the Uchihas to the outskirts of the village so that the Uchiha would never be remembered and left rotten, due to which however is because of the Nine Tails attack in the leaf. He assumes that someone from the Uchiha clan was caused all of the leaf's destruction of the Nine Tails and used a genjutsu on the nine-tailed beast. Danzo falsely accuses them and putting blame on the clan and Itachi for his reasons. And that's how he demanded to put the Uchiha clan outside of the village and left to rot. Then Fugaku protested, and he then starts an uprising against the leaf, and Fugaku causes the coup d'etat. That's why he ordered all of the Anbu Root squads to kill them all and framed Itachi for the murder of the Uchiha clan. Then he smirks, because he was satisfied for revealing the truth. Tsunade is frustrated. What she have heard from Danzo, after he have spilled the beans in front of Tsunade, then orders her Junin and Anbu squads to attack and defended Tsunade. She then uses her strength of 100 seal to combo her way in. Then tries to fight Danzo, but he uses a wind jutsu to blow her away. Then Tsunade sprinting faster, and did a heaven kick of pain, and throws a giant bowl to throw at Danzo. They then dodge. Suddenly Danzo revealed he has Sharingan in his arms including his socket, and Danzo have cast Tsunade and her squad in a genjutsu. Tsunade and her squads fallen in a deep genjutsu. The Anbu Root tied them up. Then trying to use transformation jutsu to disguise, and Danzo transforms into Tsun to impersonating her. So they are off to the Land of Iron to the Kage summit. Tsunade however has cast a genjutsu. She could not escape from it. Let alone, it's impossible to release it, since Danzo has a collections of few other Sharingan that he possesses on his right arm. His right arm looks grotesque. It's possible that his right arm are made from Hashirama Senju cells, courtesy of Orochimaru's experiments that he had collaborate. Danzo then transformed into Tsunade using a transformation jutsu. He uses transformation jutsu so that he could hide him under a disguise of Tsunade, so that no one could know that, especially he would lie to the other Kage in the summit. He felt the adrenaline within his left hand like he is shaking of satisfaction. That is because he felt he is satisfied he defeated the Hokage. Danzo and his Anbu Root are heading to a snowy area. Everyone are a bit shiver since they are almost heading to the Land of Iron. The samurai have examined if there's anything, but it's all clear. The samurai guards welcoming Tsunade are Danzo in disguise. They walk towards where the director, guided to where as the Kage summit room would be held. She or he then sits down and waited for the other Kage to arrive. Tsuchi Kage, Onoki, arrived. Later on, Meitarumi, the Mizu Kage of the Mist Village have arrived along with her two of her advisors. One of them has a Byakugan covered up, named Ao. Tsunade Danzo in disguise was in deep trouble that the Mizu Kage brought a Byakugan user in the Kage summit. Tsunade or Danzo is panicked that if the Byakugan user find out that she is not Tsunade. Elsewhere, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Akamaru and Hanabi are still on a search for Hinata. They then going to the land of iron where Tsunade was heading. So, decided to check it out if Hinata might there. Then they encounter a group of cloud ninjas, A and Killer B. Naruto talk to the Raikage and negotiate to stop chasing after Hinata. Naruto begs him to don't capture her. Naruto begged A. And Naruto told the Raikage that Hinata was a good girl. She made mistakes, she is not a bad person. I tried to help her. I wanted her to bring her home, to be a better person. Please, Lord Raikage. But A dismissed him and orders his cloud ninja to go after her in the Akatsuki. He then walk around. But then A turn around and told Naruto, if you ever stand against me, and trying to defending her, I would definitely turn against the leaf. If you standing in my way, I would not dissuaded my decision to hunt down Hinata Uchiha. A essentially tells Naruto that he have to suck it up and let go. Killer B look up to Naruto, and he sees that Naruto felt very sad. B then turn and walk away, heading to the land of iron. Naruto and his gang are standed in the snow doing nothing. Sasuke looks at Naruto and asks, Naruto, are you alright? Naruto replied, I'm fine. In his mind, he is not fine. He was in panicked, and he felt he is very disoriented. He is slowly about to black out after he tried negotiating the Raikage. He sees everything that he, Sakura, Akamaru, Kakashi, Hanabi and Sasuke have gone through. He acknowledges that Hinata kinda betrayed the leaf, even if it's not really true. But further he recognized that Hinata has her reasons why she left the village without telling. Or so Naruto tells himself. He assumes and speculate that Hinata is now far gone, as Neji mentions it earlier. Merely someone who feels like she cannot come back home. Not until she accomplished her goals. Hinata Mayhaver said she did not cared anymore, but that doesn't mean she did not love Naruto, as he assumes that Hinata truly do loved him more than the village or her brother and her clan. In the end, Naruto one time did saved Hinata's life from Haku's attack. Then Hinata unleashes her fury during the Land of Waves mission almost about to end. She have had awakened third stage Tomo Sharingan on her right eye. Everything he put through his life is wanting to protect her. Naruto wanted Hinata to live, just so she would restore her clan, or perhaps wanted her bloodline to be saved and alive and well. Naruto was about to lose his dreams of being Hokage, but he instead wanted to die a hero. Not because of his choice, but because of mind's choice. Naruto had said to her that his body moved on its own. Meaning that he is in a deepest part of who he is. Naruto love his team more than just a friend, but his feelings, and his desperate for his love to Hinata. The concept that it's the same Hinata once was, but she is going to be hunted down, and kill her, for her mistake she made. While feeling lost, Naruto commented, what do I do? He tried not to think of it, but he could not bear it. He would beg more, but such a thing would only incur the wrath of the fourth Raikage much worse. He would have definitely kill A, but it would caused an active war. If Naruto would attempt to kill a village leader, it would not act selfishly. If he ever tried to kill its village's leader, and then take the innocent lives, just to protect and saving Hinata. What could he do? Naruto would convince Hinata to just come back and tell everything what had happened, and why was Danzo threatened to hunt her down, or why Hinata wants Danzo dead, all because of her clan, and her brother's revenge, just to give up on her desperate dreams. But in that moment, he was flashes back to the Valley of the End where him and Hinata fought and Naruto trying to return her back to the village. Hinata said to Naruto is that she wanted to go to the sound to grew stronger to find her power to kill Itachi to avenge her clan. There is nothing he can do to stop them, to prevent them to kill her, and wanting Naruto to bring her back to the village. Naruto saw Sakura's face, he then teleported and runs away. Sakura then cries, upon learning he left. Akamaru comforting Sakura, Hanabi hugged her in the back, Sasuke comforting her as well. Naruto recalled he sweared on his ninja way to bringing back Hinata, and now, what it seems that the world would end of any circumstances were about to make him a liar. Naruto did not know if he ever could save Hinata, not from the world, not when Hinata didn't want to be saved. All of this compounded upon what Naruto had gone through recently. All the way back to learning of Jiraiya's passing. All the way back to saving Gaara. All the way back where he, Sasuke Hyuga, Hanabi Hyuga have worked hard to surpasses their own goals of making their jutsu they created. All the way back when Sasuke tried his best to save Asuma from death. It all stacked, then suddenly, he felt his entire legs are buckled, and he is about to kneel down, his heart was beating very fast. He felt like he is suffocating and about to have a panic attack and he is about to pass out despite doing absolutely nothing but breathing and panicking. He holds his chest as his body began to tingle. Suddenly, all of his strength left for him, and he fell on his face, he then passes out. Those who were nearby raced to save him. Sasuke checks his pulse if he is okay. He checked and turns out Naruto seems to be fine. Naruto needs to be taken somewhere to rest and recovered for a while. Thankfully, there is a town which seems to be closed, and they are on the right place to heading to the land of iron where the summit was held. They must stop there at a nearby hotel and decides to let Naruto, and the rest of the team to rest, and recovered his strength off his panic attack, and that's what he did. He needs to fight off the stress that was eating him up. Never before he felt so helpless, and he is desperately to save Hinata from a dangerous situation. The next day, as he slept down on his bed, his consciousness returned to him, and still haunting him up really bad. Not because he woke up, there is someone at the window tried to awake him and he creeps him out. Well, good morning Nine Tails, a voice came from behind the window. Naruto then gets up and sees a spiral orange mask man at the windowsill. Naruto did not say to him, and he just merely watched. The man with an orange spiral mask spoke to him, "You should have remained in the Leaf Village, at least then you would have had the chance. Then again, perhaps it's for the best you left village, after all, I would hate to mess it up the second time." Just after it was fixed up too, he then stepped off the sill and walked towards Naruto who is already on his feet attempting to step back and did a defense stance and pulls out his kunai to fight. Naruto would used his shadow clone to attack, letting it lose. He then used Sage Mode, and form a Rasengan to attack him. Obito teleports, and Naruto sees him caught in the exterior of one of the nearby buildings. He looks down and sees Sasuke, Akamaru and Hanabi look up at Naruto. Sasuke called Naruto out, and asked him if he is okay. Naruto replied to Sasuke that he is fine. Looking up again and sees Obito teleported, and he disappeared. Suddenly Naruto is struck from behind, and sent flying. He lands outside. Sakura saw him from afar and run towards him. Hanabi, Akamaru and Sasuke come to his aid. Sasuke attempts to stop Obito from getting any closer and he did his gentle fist stance along with Hanabi. Akamaru growls and snarls at him, ready to attack and defend Naruto. Just then Sakura came to the rescue just in time. They then attack but she phases through it like a ghost. Then he attacks Naruto and the others, as the battle draws longer. None of the attacks seems to be working, not even his Tenketsu. Sasuke even tried his Chidori but nothing to be worked, he cannot damage him. Obito kept phase through every strikes from Naruto and his team. Just then Kakashi arrived, and came to help. They glad he came to the rescue, and uses his Mangekyo and discovers when he tries to use Kamui. That is that Obito's ability is linked to space-time jutsu. Particularly Kakashi's Kamui realm. It's then they manages to force put Obito, and causing his retreat. Once he recognizes his abilities have been discovered, Obito leaves, and then everyone stops to ask if he is alright. Naruto said he was just a little rattled. He asked Kakashi what is he doing. He admits he cannot go without him, and trying to solve. But Kakashi discovered something is wrong, and he then finds out that Danzo was at the summit. He then finds the bodies of Tsunade, and her squads. She was under a genjutsu, and Kakashi releases the genjutsu and tells what had happened. Tsunade told Kakashi that Danzo is heading to the Kage summit and tries to impersonating Tsunade. Danzo uses his transformation jutsu. His Anbu also disguised themselves as well, stole Anbu armor to impersonating as Tsunade's Anbu guards squads. Just then, Tsunade and her squad walking at a distance. She tells she must head to the summit to warn the Kage, and the daimyo that they are in grave danger. They then prepare and heading out to the Kage summit. Elsewhere, Obito intercepts Hinata that Danzo was in the summit and he was using transformation jutsu to disguised as Tsunade. He have witnessed earlier that Danzo tries to fight back against then 5th Hokage, on the way to the Kage summit, but was defeated and cast under a genjutsu, and stole her identity. Then Obito announces that the Leaf Village was destroyed by Pain, then Pain was killed. Then he mentions that Team 7 and a few other squads are heading their way. Hinata tells Team Taka that they must go inside to the summit. They have sprinted at the bridge towards the Kage summit was held. Because of that, Hinata's mind now boiling enraged, and she discovered that Danzo was the conspirator in the Uchiha clan massacre. Obito comes with an alternative route for capturing the Eight Tails. Team Taka are heading to the summit to cause mayhem and then trying to kill Danzo. Hinata is ready to finally going to get her revenge on Danzo for killing the Uchiha clan, and he is the reason for used Itachi as a puppet who treated him so badly, and she wanted to avenge him for blackmailing him and threatened to kill Hinata all those years ago. At the summit table, Team Taka's present now being discovered, exposed by Obito's orders. Everyone is ready to battle. Hinata have killed all samurai to defend the daimyo and the 5 of the Kage. But she was not targeting the Kage. She was pointed at Tsunade, whom she turns out to be Danzo in disguise. Just then the 4th Raikage screams, smashing the table that he is ready for battle and trying to attack her with his lightning chakra fist at Hinata. But she quickly dodges every strike he take. Then she fight off Killer Bee and Darui. Jugo defeated she or C and he helps out Hinata. Hinata tried to pierce through the 4th Raikage's chest, but it did not penetrate clean through its chest using Chidori. A then unleashes his lightning chakra to protect himself so he would not pierce through and blocked Hinata's attack. His augmented physical attack proved similarly formidable, and it is only manifested an underdeveloped Susanoo that Hinata survived A's Liger bomb. Hinata discouraged further contact from A by coating Susanoo, then follow with an Amaterasu on A's arm, but A attacks her regardless. He then now have a burning arm, causing his arm to be amputated permanently to save his life in order to take revenge for attacking the Cloud Village, and harmed his brother. The fight plays exactly the same like in canon, where Sasuke attacks and defeating 4 other Kage. All except one, Danzo. Hinata then escape using a Susanoo to cave the room, and trying to find Danzo. Later at a hidden room, Hinata founds Karen, and tells Karen to operating Hinata and ask her to remove her own Mangekyo Sharingan and replaced with Itachi's Mangekyo so that she would unlocked, and awaken the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, so that she would never go blind if she ever overused her Amaterasu, Tsukuyomi and Susanoo. Karen refused, but Hinata forced her to do it. She then started operating and she removed her eyes, and then she transplanted Itachi's eye in Hinata's socket. They then proceed. 1.5 hours later, the process of transplanting was a success. Then Karen offers Hinata to bite her neck to heal Hinata's eyes much faster. Karen was satisfied of Hinata biting and sucking her neck to heal her. Just then, a group of samurai barged in and found them, they detaining Karen. Just then Hinata removed her bandages and opens her eyes and awakened her eternal Mangekyo Sharingan and caused a powerful genjutsu on all the samurai to make them sleep, and she holds Karen and ran off. Then Obito asked all the Kage that he have declared a 4th Great Shinobi World War. Then he disappears. Karen and Hinata are heading to the bridge where Danzo escapes. Just then they met up with Jugo. Then Obito and Sugetsu arrives. Hinata tells where is Danzo heading. He states he is almost at the exit. Heading to the bridge. He then said he could teleported there much fast, using Kamui. Hinata and Team Taka are teleported to the Kamui realm, and then at the bridge where they meet Danzo there. Danzo and his squads are caught off guard, making Team Taka are here to help Hinata to making good on his promise to help Hinata. Obito realized that Hinata successfully awakens her eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Then he teleported and disappeared, heading to the Rain Village to take Nagato's Rinnegan. Back to Hinata. She and Danzo now are finally face to face. Chapter 20, The Death of Danzo. Part 2. Hinata then activates her eternal Mangekyo to intimidating at him. Hinata felt the rage within her. But Tsunade, Danzo in disguise, was not flinched to see her so angry. Her hand closed as she clenched her fists. Hinata tell her to take the disguise off. Danzo then revert back to his normal form, and then he unwrap his bandages on his right side. Then Danzo opens all of his Sharingans to reveal himself at her. Hinata is disgusted and angry to seeing him having many Sharingans on his entire right arm. The two start fighting. Then they have clash. She then tells Danzo to confirm that he did indeed order Itachi, Hinata's brother, to cause a mass genocide of the Uchiha clan, ordered by the Leaf's leadership. Danzo, assuming Hinata heard everything from Itachi through Obito or Madara, using the name as an alias. Now Danzo's secrets have spilling the beans. There is no way to hide it anymore, and that concludes Itachi, by doing so, that everyone thought was traitor to the Leaf, and taking this as a confirmation. Hinata replies in anger, "The only traitor who is giving orders was you. Danzo. You killed my family and clan. You ruined my life. You made my life miserable, and a burden. You treated my clan like monsters, to consuming our ambition and hatred, to putting the blame to hating the Leaf village. My family's legacy. I never wanted this. My life is now a mess because you. I have trained my life to kill Itachi for nothing. Now I realized I have been living a lie. You never have any respect of the clan for starting an uprising. The Uchiha may be strong, but we have a happy life. The Uchiha never deserved to die. I have lost the one person that I love the most, that I looked up to. My older brother, Itachi, made me to hate him, so that I could be a hero to accomplish my goal. But I realized it was all a lie. So now, I will return the favor. This is for Itachi." She then uses Susanoo to annihilate Danzo, in fury. Danzo, however, appears unarmed. Then he starts attacking Hinata from behind. Hinata counters a number of times, even evolving her Susanoo to its completed form. Each time Danzo is seemingly wounded, he then emerges a short distance away unharmed. From observing Danzo, during the fight, Hinata notices that one of his Sharingan is closed at regular intervals. He concludes that this is the key to Danzo's survival, and when all eyes are closed, he won't be able to avoid having such injuries anymore. Danzo confirms this is Izanagi. The battle continues on until Danzo has only one Sharingan left remaining, at which point he and Hinata suddenly sprinted and she used Chidori to stab clean through to his chest, but suddenly, Danzo stabbed her as well, using his kunai to stab through Hinata's gut, waiting for his Izanagi to undo the damage, only to realize what he thought was the remaining Sharingan was Hinata's Tsukuyomi, and his injuries are irreversible. Desperate to escape, he then took Suigetsu as hostage. He threatened to kill him if Hinata comes near him. Big mistake for the old pruned. Because this was her plan, that if Danzo tries to take Suigetsu, he would escape. Hinata used fire style, Phoenix fired jutsu to blow Danzo into flames. Suigetsu dodges and escape from the fire. Danzo is burned into flames at Danzo. Just then Naruto and the gang arrived, and witnesses Hinata burned Danzo in flames. Danzo then weaves hand signs to use his ultimate forbidden jutsu in order to, not only to just taking by himself, but Hinata, Team Taka and one of Danzo's Anbu squads would taken them down entirely. Danzo's last word, "If I go down, you are coming with me. If I could not get what I want, nobody can. Damn you, Hiruzen. Damned you all to hell." Jugo made a serious decision. He now decides to sacrifice himself to save Hinata. This results of Jugo's death, instantly killing him. Both of them are fallen off the bridge, then it exploded like a self-destruct jutsu. Causes the bridge to shaken. They then look down and sees a big gaping circle, and never seen Jugo's and Danzo's bodies. Jugo's sacrifice was very sad and overwhelming. His loyalty is to protect Hinata. Jugo will now be with Kimimaro. Hinata now satisfied with her revenge on Danzo. Hinata states she is sad and upset that she lost a good friend for protecting her life for him. But her intentions will continue on and wants to fight against the corruption within each villages. She stated that her intention is to continue to turn against the Leaf. Karen said she must rest as she is already starting to feel like Hinata losing her chakra left for overusing the eternal Mangekyo. Just then the real Tsunade arrives, but she is not alone. Sakura was also here as well, and they trying to convince Hinata to stop what she is doing. Sakura, however, was hesitate since she have not seen each other in such a long time. Sakura would offer to join, but when she can't, bringing herself to kill. Hinata recognizes this is a lie. But Tsunade called out that it's no lie. Tsunade understood Hinata has gone through the pain and suffering. All of it. Tsunade have discovered the truth about Danzo, behind the Leaf's corruption. But it's too late. Hinata has finally finished her goal to stop Danzo from its corruption. Hinata told the fifth that Tsunade and Sakura they don't know nothing. Then Hinata attempts to stab them with her Chidori, but she was stopped by Sasuke using his Chidori sword to deflect her Chidori. Then Naruto arrived and sees what Hinata has done, only to save their lives. This leads to a confrontation in which both Team 7 has now reunited together at last. Naruto states he is not the same as he once was. Naruto have surpassed his training and skills that he learned, and waited for the moment he would make her to come back home. He is no longer weak. Just then she notices both Sasuke and Naruto have mastered and activated his Sage mode just like her, while Sasuke activated his strength of 100 Seal Byakugo, and then he activates his Byakugan at the same time. She transformed into her Snake Sage transformation and Sharingan at the same time as well. Hinata commented, "Looks like you two brothers have grown a lot these past few months." "How have we grown apart?" Sasuke replied, "About over 3 years. Naruto and I have trained together a lot these past few months." Naruto replied to her, "The reason why we've grown a lot and trained to be strong these past few months. Believe me, we tried our best and we could try to bring peace, and desperate to bring you back home. I will prove to you that I am stronger and better than you ever could. That's why we trained and practiced. Start by dragging you back to the village whether you like it or not," Hinata replied. "I would show you that once I accomplished my revenge. I will have the chance to get my clan to be restored from the ground up, and start my own village elsewhere, away from war, away from the land of fire, away from corruption, and live in a peaceful life, with no hatred, no killing." She then sprints, so as the two are also sprint towards her and start clashing her. She uses her snake tail to whip, slam and pound them back against the wall. Hanabi wants to help them but Kakashi block her, and did not wanna disrupt the fight. Kakashi told Hanabi to let these two fight her. So it's best for them to let these two to fight off, so they could manage to defeat her. Naruto utilizing wind-style Rasen Shuriken, and throw it but she deflected it. Just then Sasuke is behind her, and she was shocked how does Sasuke runs fast. He then used Lightning Chakra Blade, but Hinata deflects his sword using her own Lightning Chakra Blade. The two were doing a sword fight. They have dodged every slice of attacks. Suddenly, Sasuke did not expect it to happen that Hinata have sliced Sasuke's face. She have scarred Sasuke's right side of his face along with a small clean cut of his plated headband too. He cannot heal the scar since he has run out of chakra and felt he went into his elderly form. She then uses Amaterasu to burn them both, but they manage to teleport out of the distance, left their white cloak to burn like a substitute to get out of the Amaterasu. Just then, Hinata was not expected behind her, that Naruto and his shadow clones hold her. Then Sasuke, still bleeding on his right side of his face that Hinata scarred him, while he is in his old elderly appearance, he then used his left Byakugan to target the Tenketsu, so he used 8 trigrams 32 palm strike, then a 64 palms and then 128 strikes to disabled her chakra and blocked her pressure weaknesses to disabling her body, and subdue Hinata. They then successfully had paralyzed her, she felt unconscious. They then managed to blindfolded her eyes and sealing it, using a seal tag to disabled her Sharingan, causing her to temporarily blind, and then they take her. Naruto and Sasuke successfully take Hinata. Just then Sasuke revert back to his younger and youthful appearance. Sad thing was, he now have a permanent scar on his right side of his face. He can't heal it since Hinata uses a lightning chakra sword to scarred Sasuke's face. His chakra is too weak to heal it. He now deal to have that scar, since it's more like a mark of gratitude for his bravery and his skills and learn to live with it. Sakura still like Sasuke having a scar now feels he get used to it. Good thing he did not lose his right Byakugan. Sakura and Hanabi were glad and worried that Sasuke would almost be killed. Many of the Leaf squads have arrived. They then took Suigetsu and Karen under arrested. One of Danzo's Anbu members are arrested as well. Then they put them into a cell for interrogation and questioning to confess as what had happened. Meanwhile, Hinata was taking her to prison for interrogation with the fifth, Sasuke, Kakashi, Sakura, and Naruto alone. Tsunade ordered all Jonin to leave. Tsunade asked Hinata what happened. Tsunade asked again, "Why did you kill Danzo for?" Hinata replied while blindfolded, "Is to avenge the Uchiha clan. I have achieved my goal to avenge Itachi and my clan. Hinata tells everything to Tsunade, Kakashi, Sakura, Sasuke, Hanabi and Naruto the truth. They listening to Hinata's confessions and she speaks out everything. Hinata have confirmed that everything the Leaf did to the Uchiha was a lie. Danzo and the elders did some bad things to the clan and her brother. The Leaf did it dirty so that the Uchiha will put the blame and started the uprising. Tsunade was shocked to hear from Hinata's words. Naruto tells Hinata, I understand your pain and suffering, Hinata. But killing Danzo would not bring back your brother or your clan. Hinata in anger, shouting at Naruto, you don't get it, do you? You do not know anything. My whole entire life, living in the village was all but a lie. The Leaf Councils including the third Hokage should be to blame. Hiruzen have failed to save my clan. The two Leaf Councils have enabling Danzo's dirty work. They should be pay for their crimes and pay for what they have done to my clan. Itachi is not responsible for killing my clan. I have trained my whole life is to killing Itachi for revenge, but I realized I have been trained for nothing. Everything what the Leaf did, had lied to me. It's all the Leaf's fault for forcing to order my brother to do so. Then Danzo treated him like a criminal. Danzo have blackmailed him so if he doesn't do what Danzo's orders to do so. Danzo told Itachi that if he did not do what he ordered, Danzo is threatened to kill me. Itachi was trying to save my life, this whole time. The entire Leaf village is now filled with conspirators, liars and corruption. I only want to avenge against those who is very corrupted within the Leaf. I have successfully killed Danzo, but it's not enough, he killed himself by using a forbidden jutsu. One of my comrades sacrificed himself to save me. Itachi faithfully served the Leaf but they threw him away like a criminal he is. This doesn't stop there, it happens everywhere. I will not stop until I could destroy the village, and I would rebuild my clan this way in life. I will destroy everyone who's responsible for the death of my clan. Now, my life is a mess. I can never restore my clan, Naruto. Now everyone is after me. I have ruined the summit. I kill a dozen samurai and shinobi there, and then Tobi has now declared the Fourth Shinobi World War. Hinata yells at them. After that, she was bitter wailing, and Naruto sees Hinata burst into tears enraged. Naruto opens up the cell seeing Hinata is crying and grind her teeth. She is very miserable, and then he slowly sat beside her, slowly trying to hug her. He comforting her, so that she could relax. Naruto also breaks into tears as well. Then Sakura sees Naruto comforting Hinata, she too then cries, Sasuke comforting her. Tsunade seeing Hinata was sad to see her suffer. She had been through a lot of rough life. Hinata was trying to speaking out the truth to them of what happened, and she would think that the people of every villages would think she is insanely crazy and she have freaked out like she has a meltdown for shouting at them. She would think that she would not believed her if her stories were true. Tsunade decides what to do. She then announced the confirmation to the public, and everyone would listen to Tsunade the truth behind the Leaf's secret. After a half minutes later, they all shocked to hear from Tsunade's words. Everything what Hinata had sets the record straight. People would still be confused or could not decide who to trust, or what to believe. The general public are still having some deep thoughts if she was lying, or perhaps she might have telling the truth. Only time will tell. Tsunade orders the Anbu squad to investigate the matter. 15 weeks goes by, Naruto visited her cell the next day, and check on her, and Hinata now seems she have been calm, and she now began to smile and happy to see each other for weeks. The village is recovering, and everything it seems okay. Naruto then spoke to her. You are not alone. I will always look out for you. He then kissed her head. And he said goodbye to her because visiting hour is over. But suddenly, she holds his hand, and pulls him into a kiss on lips this time. They both hugged for a minute. They now reconcile, and Hinata thanked him for believing her and heal her pain and struggle away and letting go her hatred and suffering. Then Naruto leaves. Then Hinata sat down, closes her eyes and meditating. Then 3 minutes later, Hinata opens her eyes, activated her eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Chapter 21. Conspiracy and Corruptions. Around 2 weeks later, Hinata is still in her cell, patiently trying to calm down and letting her anger under control. Meanwhile Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Akamaru and Hanabi are strolling to the village. Then Naruto said something to them. We have brought back Hinata to the Leaf, but I do not get why so many villages wanted her dead. And the clouds wanted her head as compensation. Hinata have apologized she was trying to speaking out the truth but they refused to trust her now. Sasuke replied, maybe because according to Hinata, she states the guy with the orange spiral mask has declared Fourth Shinobi War. Every other nations are going after her. Sakura replied, I don't know. Perhaps she tells us that orange mask guy wanted to declare and start a war. Hanabi replied, we can't just keep her there, or else the Raikage would hunt her down. Not only the Raikage but other nations, especially Gaara. If they found out that we are harboring Hinata, it will be a world war. Then Akamaru barks. Suddenly, Kakashi appears and he talked to them that, it's alright. I have contacted the daimyo and other nations that they won't take her. Everyone are glad to hear what Kakashi has said. Just then, many Leaf squads and Anbu have finally arrested two of the Leaf Elder Councils. Kahara and Homura are in handcuffs and chained up. Naruto and the gang witnessed it that they then walk and heading to the interrogation room for questioning, where Ibiki, Inoichi and Tsunade are about to interrogate them. The reason why the two elderly Leaf Councils are warrant of their arrest, is that they are involved of enabling Danzo to letting him do the dirty work for the murder of the Uchiha clan and cause a conspiracy and genocide. They then admitted the truth. So news have brought on and discovered a recent updates about the truth of the Uchiha clan massacre. They then reveal that the three Leaf Councils who are involved of the genocide and ordered the Anbu squads, as well as Itachi Uchiha to kill the clan. It confirms the existence of root to the general populace and exposed a secret shadow government within the Leaf village that trying to cover up their tracks and their involvement in the Uchiha clan destruction. It revealed that Itachi Uchiha was confirmed to be innocent the whole time, and he never wanted or committed to destroy the Uchiha clan according to one of Hiruzen's case files that was left of him, and it revealed that Itachi was framed, and being following Danzo's orders and threatened kill Hinata Uchiha, the last survivor of the Uchiha clan. Danzo was blackmailing Itachi if he doesn't do what he told him to. Danzo orders Itachi to kill his clan with the help of one of Danzo's Anbu under a direct order, with exception of Hinata. They then revealed the truth that Itachi was innocent, and he is double agent under 3rd Hokage Hiruzen's order and wants to infiltrate details of the Akatsuki and their plan. This was Hiruzen's wishes to reveal the truth behind the Leaf Village. Two of elderly Leaf Councils such as Homura Mitokato and Kahara Udatane are arrested because they are the masterminds behind the genocide of the Uchiha clan. As well as the third Leaf Council Danzo Shimura, whom they had helped him to kill off the Uchiha, but apparently, due to the Leaf's destruction during the time when the Akatsuki attacks the village and everyone are evacuate and refuge to an evacuation center, Danzo have detour and escapes the Leaf. He even kill most of the Leaf squads and his squads have rebelled against the Leaf Jonin. He and his Anbu troops are on the run and went hiding. He and his Leaf Anbu squads live among other villages. Danzo has suddenly died from using a forbidden jutsu to take his own life in the Kage summit, trying to kill off Hinata, the Leaf police sending two elderly councils to court. They then later have surrender and confess the truth on court. So they are pleaded guilty of all charges they had committed, such as conspiracy of mass genocide and enabling Danzo to do his work, and orders his Anbu squad to eradicate the Uchiha. The two elderly Leaf Councils are sentenced to 5 to 10 years in the cell. Then they are forcing them to retire as village councils. They then escorted them out of court. Bad news, it said earlier. Danzo have used a forbidden jutsu that could destroy all and himself. All the evidence now safe, and Danzo has ruined his reputation and his career as a council shinobi went down. Everyone have protested. The councils are now behind bars for the next 5 to 10 years. Later Tsunade bails Hinata out of prison and revealed that Tsunade had helped Hinata to get justice. All it took was focus. Since Danzo is dead and all of his secrets now revealed, everyone are now hated him for his crimes. Then he left. Most of his trusted squads are now been arrested and guilty for their involvement under a direct order by Danzo, and they confessed that they are being cast under a genjutsu of Danzo's Koto Amatsu Kami, but no one would believed it. But Hinata told Tsunade they are telling the truth, but still, they are still guilty and going to prison. Hinata thanked Tsunade for helping her the truth and considering the Leaf's debt to the Uchiha paid. Hinata was pardoned and return, then she goes back being a Leaf Kunoichi. Hinata honored the offer, but she must declined for now, so she wanted another chance to redeem herself. Just then Hinata revealed that Obito is planned to awaken the 10 tails and the war is just begin to start. Elsewhere, Obito fights Konan and killed her, and then he took the Rinnegan from Nagato. He then ready for the impure reincarnation jutsu and reviving all the fallen shinobi from the previous arcs. Just then Hinata encountered Team 7 doing some training. Naruto turn around and he notices Hinata got out of her cell. Hinata confronted them that she was very sorry for everything. She realized that it's wrong to run away and what she have done. Sakura, Sasuke, Hanabi forgiven her. Akamaru sniffs her and he is trusting her. She offers Kakashi to train with the rest of her former friends so they would gain their strength and abilities to be prepared for war. And so, they all train together for the 4th Shinobi War. Naruto commented, "It's great to have you back." Then Hinata replies, "I'm home." Chapter 22, Springtime Love Birds. A month has passed. Sasuke, Hanabi and Sakura sat around at the dinner table, with Neji and Hiashi. They all enjoyed together. That is until Sasuke announced that Sasuke and Sakura became close these past few years. Sasuke braved to confess something to get off his chest that Sasuke and Sakura are now engaged. Hiashi was silent, and shocked to hear his son's words. Everyone in the table reacted the news about Sasuke and Sakura now become an item. Sasuke would speculate if his father would have accepted his own son for who he is and being with Sakura. Would he be proud, or would he be mad? Neji even commented, "Congratulations, but Hiashi cannot decide if his oldest son now in a relationship with a non-Hyuga." Hiashi was not happy even. Hiashi tells Sasuke not to be with a non-Hyuga. Hiashi slowly turned to him and he now slowly became furious at his son. They both argue a lot, even Sasuke did the right thing to stand up for himself that he made his decision. That is until Hiashi decides to disowning him. He then branded him with a curse seal but Sasuke releases it and resistive not to be branded. Sasuke have had enough. Then packing his stuff. Hanabi witnesses his big brother is being kicked out of the clan. Neji trying to protect her, and not to think about it. Sasuke is no longer welcoming to the clan. Sasuke exiles himself, and left the compound. Slowly Sasuke turn around in anger at his father, then Sasuke and Sakura walk away, never turning back. Hanabi watches over through the window. Then Hiashi calls Hanabi out, she then goes down the stairs. Hiashi told Hanabi that she is no longer in contact, or forbids her to see Sasuke ever again. Then Hiashi told Hanabi that she will no longer be on Team 7, Hiashi would ask the Hokage tomorrow that Hanabi can longer be a part of Team 7. Hanabi was surprised and disbelief. Hanabi begged to don't forbid herself to not being on the team with Sasuke. Hanabi is very upset. Hanabi replied, "But dad, it's so unfair. I wanted to be on the same team with my." Hiashi cuts, and he said, "Enough, daughter, my decision is final." She yelled at her father that, it's not fair. She loved being on a team with her brother. She loved being a shinobi to help anyone, and learn how to fight and train to defend herself. She then tried to beg and protest to change his mind, but nothing. So, she ran to her room and hid herself in and burst into tears, cries out, bitter wailing. Neji witnesses her crying. He did not wanna disturb her. Sasuke and Sakura slowly walk and Sasuke tells her to let Sasuke live at her place. Sakura nods and she would love to. Back at the Hyuga clan, Neji trying to calm Hiashi down, but he wasn't calmed down. He is frustrated that his own flesh and blood have lied to him, and went off his back to be with a lower class. Hiashi said that Sasuke is now a disgraced, and this was the thanks he have given him, and taught him how to be a shinobi. Neji pointed out that Hiashi is being very overprotective, possibly he is just overreacting, and he is just being overly strict for pushing him too hard. Neji then said that Sasuke has overcome his potential, and he have surpassed everything he had trained well, but Hiashi disagrees. The elder Hyuga, Hiyashi's father, appeared to tell Hiashi that Sasuke is a very great boy. He have mastered every jutsu and he have done many 8 trigrams combo. Then the elder Hyuga tells Hiashi that Hiashi is being overprotective and being too strict of himself. Sasuke tried his best to make him proud, then Hiashi realized how wrong he is too, raised his son. But Hiashi would ignore it, then he walks off, and goes to his room to sleep. Just then, Hanabi decides to leave the compound to see Sasuke, she then opens the window. climbs down, heading to the entrance where she is exiting the clan, but she was stopped by Neji. Hanabi tells Neji to stay out of the way. She tells Neji that she must see her brother. Neji refuses to letting her go out in the middle of the night. Hanabi convinced Neji to let her go. She wanted to be with her brother. But Neji refuses, because his duty and his loyalty is to protect the princess of the main branch's leader. Neji forced her to return her back home, but then she fights him. They both clashed. The fight took like 20 minutes until Hanabi paralyzed him for 15 minutes. Then she told Neji to forgive him, and she promised she will return back home. She wanted to go and see her brother. She then ran off. She goes to the Haruno residence to see Sasuke. Sakura answers the door. Then she asks where is Sasuke. She then saw him sitting at a sofa. Then she hug him and cry. Hanabi was worried of him, why he leaving. Sasuke tells that their father is now disowned him. Sasuke tells why is Hanabi doing here. She tells that she run away, she wanted to see him, then she burst into tears. Hanabi doesn't want her brother to be exiled. She then tells Sasuke that Hiyashi, their father, is planned to cut all ties, and he forced Hanabi to be removed from Team 7. She tries to protest but nothing. She cries and burst into tears. She begs Sasuke to stay, and wanted to be with him, but Sasuke tells her to go back. Hiyashi would find out that Hanabi sneak out of the compound. But she tells him that their father, Hiyashi, forbidden herself not to see each other, and not to be in the same team anymore. She told him she is now banned from ever be on Team 7. She continued crying. Sasuke hugged her. He too cried, as well. Even Sakura and Akamaru are crying as well, and Akamaru howls. Just then a squad of Hyuga barged into Sakura's house. Mebuki, and Kazashi Haruno, Sakura's parents, were being restrained, so is Sakura. Akamaru is about to attack, but one Hyuga shinobi disabled Akamaru's tenketsu, temporarily paralyzed, and went to sleep. Hiyashi walks in and tells Sasuke, where is Hanabi? Sasuke protects her. Then Sasuke tells his father to leave her alone. Hiyashi calls Hanabi out and demanded her to come back home, but she refuses. She begs her father to stop, forbid her to be on the team with Sasuke. Hanabi stood up against Hiyashi. Hanabi tells Hiyashi that, stop treated me like a child. I may be a princess, but I don't want to be protected. I want someone treated me like a kid. Father, Hanabi told her father, Hiyashi, that he never give it a chance to know Sakura and her family, nor he just never actually liked Sakura. Sasuke tells him that the reason why he loved Sakura was that because he made his own decisions to be with someone and made up his mind for who he is. This is his nindo, to stand up for himself. He asked his father that he wanted his approval to be with Sakura, and he did not want to be treated like a kid anymore. His dream is to be who he is. Sasuke told his father that he deserves to be disowned, but Sasuke is proud of who he is. Ever since that incident what happened, Sasuke remembered that he can never be fit as a Hyuga main branch leader. So Hiyashi now made his own decisions and chose Neji to be the next Hyuga leader instead of Sasuke. Sasuke has his own dream to be with someone. Sasuke tells his father that he decided to be a team leader instead. He tells him he would rather die for his teammates rather than becoming a slave. Hiyashi was shocked to hear his own son's words. Hiyashi understands the error of his way. He had no other choice but approved him. He then apologized. Sasuke has now become a proud shinobi. Not just a shinobi, but a good son. Hiyashi hugged both his children and forgive Hanabi. Hiyashi then decided to stop, demanded Hanabi to forbid her on Team 7. But on one condition. Hanabi will always train every time in the Hyuga clan. Then another condition, Sasuke and Sakura must not allowed to be married until they are above 18 or 20. Sasuke accept his deal, then just a heads up, yet another condition. Hiyashi said to Sasuke that do not make Sakura pregnant. Not until they're married. So, they now reconcile. The Hyugas return to the compound. Later, Hanabi tells she apologized Neji for paralyzed him. Neji nodded and said it's fine. Sasuke and Sakura now enjoyed their dates and their training for a fourth shinobi war, along with Naruto and Hinata. They then decided to plan a wedding once they are 18 or above. Sakura tells Hinata that she can be her bridesmaid. Hinata accepts it. Hanabi will also be her bridesmaid as well. Sasuke tells Naruto that he can be his best man. Naruto love too. Naruto will always be his best man since they both are been brothers since the academy days. He also want Kakashi to be his best man as well. Kakashi accepted. Team 7 are bonded for their wedding idea for Sasuke Hyuga and Sakura Haruno. A moment later, Hinata and Naruto walk around the village and then they go buy some ice cream. They enjoy eating some chocolate-flavored frozen dairy treat with a cherry on top. Hinata said to Naruto that she honestly doesn't like cherry. She often prefers blueberry, but there are no blueberries on the menu. Naruto notices it that Hinata was desperate to not have blueberries on an ice cream. He doesn't wanna see her look upset. He tells her it doesn't matter what toppings would they added on the ice cream. She understood. They then look closer to each other and slowly Naruto is about to kiss her but suddenly Hinata gives a tip of her ice cream and put it on his nose. They then chasing and enjoying their fun together, they both laugh. Hanabi and Akamaru saw them enjoying themselves. Suddenly Akamaru saw another dog roaming around. Hanabi tries to chase him but Akamaru is too fast. Suddenly Hanabi was bumped into Konohamaru. Konohamaru apologized Hanabi, and he tells her why did she bump into him. She tells her that she is chasing after Akamaru. He tells her where is he gone off. Hanabi uses her Byakugan and saw Akamaru at a far distance. He saw Akamaru with another dog. They both ran off, and see where's Akamaru. Just then Hanabi witness Akamaru is enjoying the mood with another dog. They both get along. Konohamaru was happy to see love dogs. Hanabi is happy to seeing dogs comforting each other. Konohamaru leaning closer and told Hanabi what she thinking. Then Hanabi turn around and their faces got closer to each other and they both touch each other's lips. Both backed off, and blushes. Embarrassed they both giggle. Hanabi was flattered, then Konohamaru asked her to go for a ramen. Hanabi loved that. But before that, Hanabi calls out Akamaru, and his potential mate. The four are enjoying themselves. Tsuki watches them eating a bowl of ramen. Two dogs enjoying comforting and eating dog food that Hanabi carries in case Akamaru was hungry. Tsuki look at two lovebirds on their first date, even they are not together, but they secretly are, but trying to hide it. Just then Sakura and Sasuke stop by at the ramen shop, and sees Hanabi and Konohamaru enjoying eating with Akamaru and his girlfriend dog is with. Sakura was happy to see Akamaru seeing someone to make friends. Hanabi tells them, like to join eating some ramen. Sasuke replied, of course. They then enjoyed eating together. Sasuke talked to Hanabi about Konohamaru. They both just met. Hanabi bumped into him when she tried to catch and chased Akamaru who went loose. Sasuke nodded and he believed her. Springtime in the leaf. Meaning love is in the air. Everyone are enjoying the love and some shinobi have found someone to go on a date or enjoying the mood for the young lovebirds. Konohamaru is entertaining and trying to make some jokes. They both enjoyed their entertainment to make them laugh. After that, they walk on their way home, but then, Sasuke tells Hanabi to go on right ahead. Konohamaru followed. Sasuke talk, and they enjoyed their date then they promise Sakura once they are both turn 18 or above, they will soon to get married, and soon they will someday will have a great happy family together. Sakura blushes and she would love that, she even speculates that if she would have a child together someday, Sasuke would like that. Then they both share a kiss, while two dogs licking each other, which is a sign of they are kissing. Meanwhile Hanabi and Konohamaru walk on the way to the Hyuga compound. They then talk and enjoyed the fun stuff at the village. Just then, they saw Naruto and Hinata are walking and they both enjoy their date. Then suddenly Naruto and Hinata shared a kiss. Konohamaru saw his friend and brother in arms, having fun and kisses a criminal. Suddenly Hanabi smacks Kono in the back and she tells him that Hinata is a not criminal. Hanabi told Kono that it was a misunderstanding, and Hinata made a mistake. Hanabi was mad and offended what she heard Konohamaru for calling Hinata Uchiha, a criminal. She was trying to defend her. Konohamaru told Hanabi that it's a joke. He then understood her, and he was sorry. Then Hanabi calms down, and she was not mad. She was being sensitive, and offended for hearing him saying some stuff to Hinata. They then look at each other. Then Konohamaru changed his face with a smile and told her about her eyes. Hanabi blushes. Kono actually admitted that how much beautiful her lavender white eyes she has. Hanabi flattered, they then shared each other with a kiss. Then suddenly, Naruto and Hinata saw the two of them smooching each other. They startled, and they then back away, Naruto and Hinata laughing. They both blushed awkwardly. And so, the two were walk and arrived at the Hyuga clan compound. They both let go each other's hands. Then they both now going to say goodbye. Konohamaru tells her that she will see her around. Hanabi would love that, and so Hanabi kiss Konohamaru on the cheek and she whispers to his ear, "I love you," then she wink. Konohamaru blushes. Meanwhile, Tsunade and Kakashi talks to other Kage and the daimyo at the TV monitor, talking about Hinata Uchiha and her connections to the Akatsuki. Tsunade tells in her defense that it was all a misunderstanding. Hinata was being used and manipulated by a mysterious orange mask man whom they believed to be Madara Uchiha. Hinata was blinded by grief. Danzo was responsible for causing the leaf's destruction. He have caused to eradicated the clan and spreading lies and conspiracy against Itachi, whom it turns out he is double agent under third Hokage's orders. Danzo also have cast a genjutsu on his Anbu squad to cause corruption against all other nation. Danzo have been on a run and trying to hunt him down. Many Kage and councils would still having mixed thoughts, if the leaf was telling the truth, and that, Hinata was being used, and why she wanted revenged. Everyone looked at each other that they should not blame her for causing the summit since she was being blinded and doing the wrongful doing. Hinata did apologize everything for what she had done, but the Raikage would refuses to believe them, and he refuses to accept the apology. Though he wants Hinata dead, for what he did to his arm, Tsunade protested and defending Hinata that it was not her fault why she had gone rogue, it was all a misunderstanding. The mysterious mask man should be the one to blame for using her and disrupted the summit, the mask man whom he claimed to be Madara Uchiha himself under the mask, who everyone thought to be long dead. Then he claims it's him under the mysterious mask. He tells the whole summit, he is declared fourth war. They negotiate and discuss for too long and argued that they must be prepared. The Tsunade mentions that according to Hinata, Madara plans to use tailed beasts to creating some type of weapon of mass destruction that could kill us all. That's what they have thought if it's true. Then the Mask Man and Kabuto now been teaming up and they have used some sort of a forbidden jutsu that would revive all fallen warriors from the past. They are now start an army of past warriors who are appeared to be tensai. The fourth shinobi war has just begun. They must be prepared. They all must cooperate to stand against the Akatsuki. They then look at each other and giving some mixed thoughts. They could not decide who should lead. They are vote whoever would be chosen to take the lead and create the allied shinobi forces, so that they will all going to battle. The daimyo decides that Tsunade will take the lead. All votes have raised their hands. But Raikage, is against it. He demanded that he wants to lead the allied shinobi forces. Everyone did not raise their hands except Mifune, he raised his hand. So the decisions has been accepted. Tsunade will take the charge and so, the Kage are accept to each other that they are going to war and they must cooperate and thus, the allied shinobi forces has been established. There is this one problem, they must need the two Jinchuriki to place somewhere safety. A decided they must place Naruto and be at Turtle Island, so they could stay away from the battlefield for now, and they must train there to subdue their tailed beasts' control. So Naruto, Hinata, Killer Bee, and a few other Leaf squads going to Turtle Island to train and keeping them safe.
Stay tuned for more what if stories.